90-Day Fiancé. I'm convinced Jasmine Pineda is not done with Gino Palazzolo financially. Is Gino obligated to support Jasmine after her new baby with Matt Branis? I'm convinced 90-Day Fiancé alum Jasmine Pineda is not done with her estranged husband, Gino Palazzolo financially, even after she had a baby with another man. Jasmine and Gino entered the 90-Day Fiancé franchise in before the 90 Days Season 5. The pair met on a sugar baby website, although they lied about that originally. They virtually connected in the COVID-19 era, and then once restrictions were lifted, Michigan native Gino flew to Jasmine's native Panama to meet her for the first time in person. While they had a spark, conflict is what they had more of. Gino proposed to Jasmine in before the 90 Days Season 6, and then Jasmine came to America on the K-1 visa in 90-Day Fiancé Season 10. Jasmine and Gino got married in June 2023 despite the many relationship issues and red flags they had. It became even more apparent to me that their marriage was a mistake when they became cast members on 90 Day. The Last Resort Season 2, after not being able to overcome their problems. After therapy, I was shocked by the turn of events on Jasmine's end, and I'm worried it's all at Gino's expense. Jasmine had a baby with another man. Jasmine and Gino are still married. During The Last Resort, therapist Reba Corinne Thomas suggested to Jasmine the idea of an open marriage with Gino. Being ethically non-monogamous herself, Reba thought Jasmine could be empowered and that it could strengthen her and Gino's relationship. However, I found the open marriage notion to be incredibly damaging. Jasmine is known to be volatile and manipulative, and I think both of those qualities about her were on display when she brought the open marriage concept up to Gino. Jasmine had already formed a more than friendly connection with a man named Matt Branis, whom Jasmine met at the gym. Behind Gino's back, Jasmine called Matt with her castmates Stacy Silva and Julia Trubkina, where she was extremely flirtatious and giddy. I was appalled by how Jasmine was acting with Matt, given that she was married. In any case, when Jasmine brought up the open marriage concept to Gino, he saw it as cheating and was hurt that Jasmine already had someone in mind. What bothered me the most about how Jasmine got Gino to agree to the open marriage was that she gave Gino an ultimatum to either accept it or break up. Faced with that and wanting peace, Gino relented, and he and Jasmine recommitted to each other during the final therapy ceremony. I saw red flags everywhere in the dynamic change, and I was right. Jasmine showed up to the Last Resort tell-all pregnant with Matt's baby. She was boastful, proud, and unapologetic. I know Gino wanted to have a baby with Jasmine. But she did everything from take birth control behind Gino's back to lamenting about how she was scared of being pregnant again. So for her to show up to the tell-all pregnant really solidified how toxic of a person she is. Jasmine and Gino are still married, and she clearly broke the rules she and Gino set in place regarding the open marriage, so I feel she essentially cheated. What's worse, I see that Gino is still on the hook for Jasmine financially, and he may have to support her and her new baby with Matt, despite their estrangement. Does Gino still financially support Jasmine? Jasmine is taking Gino to court. Now that Gino and Jasmine are still married and Jasmine has a baby with another man, I think it begs the question of what Gino is obligated to do for Jasmine financially. Since Gino is the sponsor of Jasmine's K-1 visa, he is financially responsible for Jasmine for the next 10 years, even if they get a divorce. Regarding Jasmine's new baby, Matilda, Gino is not financially responsible for the child, since he is not the father. How the financial details are currently arranged, I'm not sure of because neither has spoken about it. But what I do know is that Jasmine was fully financially supported by Gino since they met in 2020. Gino paid for her luxury Panama apartment, funded her cosmetic surgeries, and provided everything for her in America. I'm not sure whether Matt is financially supporting Jasmine now either, although he is a mechanic and an actor. Recently, Jasmine claimed that Gino brought Jasmine to America so she could be his moneymaker. Jasmine mentioning seeing Gino in court drives home to me that Jasmine is not done using Gino financially. I think she will endeavor to carve out a financial arrangement whereby Gino gives her money despite her toxic behavior and current circumstances. Matt became a shoulder to cry on, and she decided to open her marriage. Jasmine is currently separated from Gino and living with Matt and their baby daughter in Florida, but there are also two more surprising members in their new family. Jasmine shared several pictures of Matt sitting next to Gino's cousin, Gino Palazzolo, and his wife, Michelle. Michelle held little Matilda and fed her from her milk bottle. Jasmine captioned that Instagram post, "Papa Dana and Mammy Mitchie came to visit their little princess." Jasmine added that they had a lovely weekend. She also wrote, "I love you all so much, my beautiful American family," while tagging Matt, Dana, and Michelle in her post and using the hashtags #FamilyTime, #HappyTimes, #90Day Fiancé. What Matt hanging out with Dana and Michelle means for Gino. Is Matt the new Gino for Dana and Michelle? Matt was introduced by Jasmine as her friend during The Last Resort Season 2. At the time, Gino claimed not to know him but expressed concern that Jasmine might develop feelings for the Romanian man. It's as if Gino had predicted what was going to happen, since Jasmine left him within weeks of filming the spinoff. 5 months later, she was pregnant with Matt's baby. However, Jasmine insisted she was not in love with Matt. He was simply her baby's father, and they planned to co-parent. It seems that while she was going through a rough patch in her marriage with Gino, Jasmine bonded with Dana and his wife, who lived near Gino and Jasmine's home in Michigan. Michelle was also one of Jasmine's first friends in America. She was the one who informed Jasmine that Gino had visited a strip club for his bachelor party behind her back. Dana once thought of Jasmine as a gold digger, but his opinion appears to have changed, so much so that Matt may have replaced Gino as a brother in his eyes. Our take on Gino's family choosing Jasmine's baby daddy over him. Did Jasmine drive a wedge between Gino and his family? While it is understandable that Michelle sympathized with Jasmine because of the way Gino treated her and may have influenced her husband, Dana, to take sides, it is still surprising that they welcomed Matt with open arms. Perhaps Dana and Michelle were already not on good terms with Gino before Jasmine entered the picture. They may have been looking for a reason to sever ties with him, and Jasmine provided the perfect excuse to distance themselves from the 90-day, the last resort star for good. I'm dreading the day. 90-Day Fiance's Rob Warren makes shocking statement about son while mourning loss of co-star's family member. Rob Warren from 90-Day. The Last Resort made a surprising comment about his ailing son while sharing his condolences for a co-star's loved one. Rob is an aspiring actor and model from Los Angeles who made his debut in 90-Day Fiancé Season 10 with Sophie Sierra from the UK. Sophie and Rob's marriage barely lasted a few months due to her mistrust of Rob following his cheating scandal. Sophie and Rob tried to make things work by seeking couples therapy. However, when even that failed, they went their separate ways and began dating other people. Rob and Sophie are both great pet parents. Rob introduced his pet Rome to fans during 90-Day Fiancé Season 10 and recently opened up about Rome's illness. Rob recently posted a comment on an Instagram post created by Brandon Gibbs. Brandon's dog Simba passed away a few weeks after having a stroke. While offering his condolences to Brandon, Rob made a heartbreaking statement about Rome. He wrote, "I'm dreading the day I have to say goodbye to my boy," with crying emojis. Rob told Brandon and Julia that he was sorry for their loss. What Rob's shocking statement about his son could mean. What happened to Rob's dog Rome? Back in February 2025, Rob shared some devastating news about his fur baby with his Instagram fans. His dog Rome's health wasn't doing well. Rob posted an Instagram story to update fans about Rome's health and revealed how heartbroken he was. Rome is Rob's spirit animal and has been by his side for several years. The pit bull's diagnosis was not something Rob had expected. He was told his dog was diagnosed with lymphoma. Rob explained that epitheliotropic lymphoma, or mycosis fungoides, is a rare and fast-spreading skin cancer that affects dogs. As per Rob, the survival time for dogs affected by this disease could be between 8 months and 1.5 years. T-cell lymphoma usually affects older dogs between 8 and 10 years old. More tests were required to confirm the diagnosis, and Rob mentioned that he was going to let fans know the cost of the additional test. He was slammed by some fans who assumed he was going to start a GoFundMe for his pet. Rob never did that, and he seemingly also didn't share any further updates about Rome's health.